Okay, so one of the questions was to graph this one and use your CAS calculator to help. So here we go. So I've got that. I'm going to press enter. There's my graph there. So I can spread. I'll just leave that for a moment. So now I've got to get my x-intercepts. The easiest way to do that is go to menu. Now I can trace the graph, but the best way is to do analyze graph. This 0 is our x-intercepts. So we're going to click on that, get this dotted line. I go there, and there's my x-intercept for that point there. So that's 1.5. Now I need to do the same for that one and that one. So menu, analyze graph, and I want my 0 again. There, and there we go. We've got that. So that's 0.5. Just maybe that away a little bit. And that one, analyze graph, 0. And there we go. So I've got my 3 points, x-intercepts there. So 1.5, 0.5, and -5. The other part of the question wants us to get this little maximum here, our turning point. So use the same thing, analyze graph, and it was a maximum. Now I can click either side, so I can go like that and then drag it that way. It doesn't really matter. So there's my turning point. Now this turning point, if you remember the equation, and just to get that equation tab, I just press tab and up, and there's that. So because of all these numbers, the turning point is down a long way. So I'm just going to, whoops, that's not what I want. Get that out of the way. I'm going to grab the axes and I'm going to make them squash it in a bit. And then I'm going to move this up. There we go. So there's our minimum way down here. So same thing, analyze graph, and there we go. I want a minimum this time. Click, click. There it is. Okay, so I've got all the points that I need for this graph. So I've got my minimum, I've got my intercepts, and I've got my minimum and maximum. So now I can just sketch that onto into my workbook or wherever you want. But I just want to point out something. Remember, cubics had a point of inflection. So if this graph had a point of inflection, I could actually find that using the same thing. So I've used 0, minimum, maximum. So I can use a point of inflection as well. Okay, there you go.